Dolphins secondary, I think this is their strongest position group. They're strong at wideout, strong at O-line. They're strong as hell at DB. Start number 10, going to be Rashad Jones, one of the best safeties of the 2010s. Elite in the box. Like one of the best tackling safeties of that decade. Man, he had a decent run. You know, the people above him on the list had longer careers, had bigger impact. So I got Rashad at 10. All right, number 9, Louis Oliver. Now this guy looked good in pads. 6'2", 225, graceful and athletic. Also laid wood. Really flashed in 92. So he was an elite talent. Career wasn't as complete as other guys on this list, but I had to get him in at number 9 because he was just that good. Number 8, Brock Marion. For all of Louis Oliver's physical gifts, Brock Marion had it upstairs. This guy was smart. This guy was savvy. Rarely ever made mistakes. Was a 7th round pick by the Cowboys. Steal. Perfect compliment to Madison and Surtain. I think people forget about Brock Marion. He 3 out of 4 years made the Pro Bowl. Super competent. Like this dude could play. He has swag about him too. Speaking of swag, number 7, Brent Grimes. He was feeling himself out there. Now he had elite ball skills. He had a couple amazing interceptions. Dude was a walking highlight reel. Honestly, one of the best corners of the 2010s. 3 years in Miami. Lights out. And he was 30 years old too. This is age 30, 31, and 32 here. All right, number 6, Tim Foley. Starter during the perfect season. Real physical corner. That makes sense, right? That defense that they had was just so physical. Starting in all 3 of those Super Bowl teams. Grimes balled out. He really did. But Foley doing it in the Super Bowls, doing it for one of the best defenses ever, then switching to strong safety and making a Pro Bowl at a different position. I had to put Foley at 6. You know, getting in the top 5, and now this is where I had to start making some decisions, okay? So 5, Patrick Surtain. Son may be better than him. I don't know. We'll see. But Pat Surtain was one of the best cornerbacks of the 2000s. He's a technician, a legit shutdown corner. 3 Pro Bowls in his peak, and he and Sam Madison, best duo at corner in their generation. He played corner like a chess player. He baited, anticipated. He was in the same tier as Champ Bailey, Charles Woodson, Ty Law. I just don't think he was on the level of number 4, Xavier Howard from Houston, Texas. Went to Wheatley. I think he was better than Surtain. Genuinely, this guy would just steal possessions. 2020, his peak here. 10 picks, 18 AV, first team All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year, 3rd. One of the best genuine ball hawk seasons of the modern era. Real good athlete. He was a little thick too. 5'11", 200 pounds. He had a little running back in him. You know, wide out ball skills. Xavier Howard was the truth, man. He led the league in picks twice. One of the best corners of his era. I got him at 4 on the list. 4 and 5, I was going either way. I really think Howard just had a longer peak than Surtain. You know, I landed where I landed. Top 3 could go either way, okay? I think I figured it out. All right, number 3 is Sam Madison. And I had him at 2 before the show. I moved him to 3 because it just made sense. He had a peak that was just a little better and a little longer than Howard. He played like a boxer, man. He controlled space and dictated tempo, and he forced the wideouts into his rhythm. Pat Surtain was like a surgeon. Sam Madison was an assassin, and he talked a lot of shit too. Right here, 99, 2000, top 2-3 corner in the league, right up there with Champ Bailey. That 4 or 5 year peak, yeah, that's borderline Hall of Fame stuff. Probably the best pure cover corner that franchise has produced. Here we go, 2. Dick Anderson. And man, I had him at 1 pretty much the whole time. And then I was looking, I was like, nah. His peak was historic. And in 1973, he may have had one of the top 5 seasons by a safety in the history of the league. 8 picks, 2 pick sixes, 1 Defensive Player of the Year, leader of the NFL's number 1 defense, the play caller, Super Bowl champion, winning Defensive Player of the Year, him winning Defensive Player of the Year as they go back to back on one of the best defenses of all time. For me, I had him at number 1. Madison and Surtain, historic duo. Dick Anderson and Jake Scott may have been a better duo, honestly. His peak here, especially 72 and 73, leading the league in picks, leading the league in AV. He peaked the highest out of any player on this list. Brings us to number 1, Super Bowl 7 MVP Jake Scott, who only played 6 years for the Dolphins. 7th round pick, by the way. He was a bad dude, man. This 5-year stretch here of this is what put him at number 1 for me, because it's like his peak was high. His peak was every bit as good as Sam Madison's. He wasn't, you know, Defensive Player of the Year like Dick Anderson was, but he played at such an elite level for 5 years. Usually peaks will be 2, 3, but a 5-year chunk of just elite safety play. This guy was dominated in crunch time in the playoffs. Had 2 picks and was all over the field in Super Bowl 7. Game they won 14-7, so he made the difference. He averaged 6 picks a year, which is a huge average. Better range, better ball skills than Anderson. The fact that he's not in the Hall of Fame, it caught me by surprise. I assumed that he was. I thought he was in the Hall of Fame. I thought Bob Kuchenberg was in the Hall of Fame too. But yeah, there we got it. There's the 10. I think this is a good list, man. I think I did well here. Some people are going to think Surtain should be higher. You know, maybe people don't even know who Louis Oliver is. I don't know. But, you know, I'm going to stand by this one. I want some comments here. I want some feedback here, because this is one of the deeper lists. This is one of the cooler lists I've done. I really want y'all to know, where do y'all come on the top 3? Really give me y'all's top 5 down in the comments. Give me a quick top 5.